The story begins with a deep sense of unease hanging over Earth. A massive alien fleet has entered the solar system, but the people of Earth have no idea they are being watched. For days, strange readings are picked up by Earth's sensors, but they're dismissed as minor anomalies, until something huge is detected. At first, the government and military don't know how to respond. The readings are coming from far beyond the outer planets, in the deep, dark void of space. No one expects anything to be there. But then, the sensors spike. A fleet of ships is heading straight for Earth, hundreds of ships of unknown origin, each large enough to blot out the stars in the sky. Panic sets in as the news spreads across the globe. Earth's defenses, which have been focused on smaller threats, are not ready for this scale of invasion. The United Earth Command scrambles to activate emergency defense systems, but the technology is outdated, and there's no time for a complete deployment. The military is caught off guard. Ships are still in dry dock, and the elite fleet of advanced warships has been deployed on training missions far from Earth. In the command centers across the globe, officials are frantically analyzing incoming data. But the alien ships have arrived too quickly. Communication signals are scrambled, and no one knows exactly how many ships there are, or what kind of weapons they carry. The government is in total disarray, as the military leaders rush to make decisions. Some argue to launch a preemptive strike, while others urge caution, not knowing if this is the start of a full-scale war or just a warning. In the vast control rooms of Earth's Central Command, the military personnel stare at their monitors in disbelief. The giant ships on the radar are cloaked, fading in and out of visibility like ghosts, making it impossible to track their movements. Each time the alien ships reappear, they're in a different spot, further into the solar system, closing in on Earth with terrifying speed. The military begins to deploy what little they can, but it's too late. Alien ships appear out of nowhere, slipping in and out of view, cloaked in a way that no human technology can match. The cloaking technology the aliens use is beyond anything the humans have seen before. It's like the ships are invisible, flickering in and out of existence. This creates an atmosphere of paranoia and fear. The enemy is here, but they are impossible to see. Inside Earth's command center, Captain Alex Drake is introduced. He stands at the front of the room, staring at the holographic display of the solar system. His mind races, calculating the odds, trying to figure out how humanity can defend itself against an enemy so advanced. He's seen this kind of thing before, the last alien invasion, and it destroyed everything he loved. Drake has lost everything to alien forces. Years ago, in a brutal attack on Earth, he lost his wife and son. The memories of their deaths haunt him every day, pushing him forward with unrelenting fury. He promised himself he would protect Earth from any threat that came next, but this? This is something completely different. The stakes have never been higher, and this time, he's not sure if humanity can survive. Get those ships ready. We may only get one shot at this, Drake orders, his voice steady but filled with an underlying tension. He knows this could be the end. He orders his top advisors to start making plans for a defensive strategy, but the overwhelming feeling in the room is that they are already too late. The enemy's sheer power is beyond anything they've ever faced before. Meanwhile, in the lower levels of the command center, tech officers scramble to keep up with the incoming alien signals. The readings are growing stronger. They hear whispers on the comms, faint and cryptic. A voice, a strange alien language. The sound is unnerving, sending chills down the spines of those who hear it. The alien ships aren't just approaching, they're here, and they're already watching. As Drake tries to focus, an alarm blares in the background. A warning light flashes on his console, something's gone wrong. A series of energy surges light up the screen, and suddenly the enemy ships appear right above Earth's atmosphere, cloaking devices deactivated for a brief moment. The shockwave of their appearance knocks satellites off course and sends a wave of panic through the command rooms. Drake clenches his fist. He can't believe it, he was right. The aliens have arrived. In the chaos, Drake is the calm center. His emotions run deep, but he hides them under layers of discipline. Every decision he makes could mean life or death for humanity. As he stands there, staring at the screen, memories of his lost family flood back. He remembers the sound of his son's laugh, the way his wife's voice soothed him during the darkest times. The rage he feels is a constant fire inside him, a fire that will push him to do whatever it takes to protect Earth. But the pain of loss doesn't go away. It never will. This time, we don't lose, Drake tells himself, almost like a mantra. He has to believe it. He knows that if he falters, Earth could be lost. This could be humanity's last stand. He calls for immediate action, ordering the military to begin emergency protocol. The first line of defense, Earth's fleet of warships, is deployed, but Drake's eyes flicker with doubt. These ships were never meant to face an enemy like this. They were built for small, localized skirmishes, not full-scale invasions. Drake steps forward, his voice booming through the command room. We've fought before, and we've won. This time will be no different. But even as he says this, a chill runs down his spine. He knows the stakes are higher than ever before. The aliens' weapons are too powerful, their tactics too advanced. How could humans stand a chance? With his resolve hardening, Drake begins to make preparations. Nothing is left to chance, every available ship, every trained soldier, must be ready to face the oncoming storm. As the camera zooms out, showing the bustling command room, we see Earth's last hope resting on the shoulders of one man, and the fate of the planet hanging in the balance. The alien fleet looms ever closer, and humanity's time to react is running out. The tension rises as the screen fades to black, leaving the audience with a feeling of dread and anticipation. The battle for Earth has just begun, and no one knows what's coming next. The calm before the storm is shattered as the alien fleet finally reveals itself. The ships that had been cloaked for days are now visible to the world, descending through Earth's atmosphere with terrifying speed. Their massive, dark shapes block out the sun, casting shadows over entire cities. The world's military forces spring into action, but they are far from ready. On Earth's outer defense stations, humanity's first line of defense is deployed, a fleet of AI-powered drones and energy weapons designed to protect Earth from the unknown. The drones launch from underground silos, their sleek forms cutting through the sky, armed with high-powered lasers and plasma cannons. Human soldiers on the ground scramble to their positions, preparing to fire their advanced weapons at the incoming enemy ships. As the drones engage the alien fleet, a wave of energy blasts erupts from the alien ships. The human drones, despite being fast and advanced, are outmatched by the sheer power of the aliens. Beams of energy strike the drones, exploding them into fiery wrecks in seconds. The first wave of the human fighters is decimated in moments, their advanced weapons useless against the alien superior shields and firepower. The explosions light up the sky like a deadly fireworks display, turning day into night. The drones that survive continue to attack, firing their weapons, but it's clear, human technology is no match for the alien invaders. They're too fast, too powerful, and their shields are impenetrable. On Earth's surface, Captain Alex Drake watches in horror as the first wave of fighters is annihilated. His eyes burn with determination, but even he knows that the battle has already taken a dangerous turn. The human forces are being pushed back, and Earth's outer defense stations are rapidly being overwhelmed. All units, retreat to secondary positions. Drake commands, his voice sharp and urgent. The human fighters are struggling to hold the line, but the alien ships are already targeting the Earth's orbital defense platforms, key assets in humanity's defense strategy. The alien ships unleash orbital bombardments, turning Earth's once peaceful sky into a hellish battlefield. Massive beams of concentrated energy slam into human defense stations, causing massive explosions that light up the heavens. The explosions are so intense that they send shockwaves through the ground, shaking buildings, and creating clouds of debris that blacken the atmosphere. As the camera zooms in, we see orbital stations being reduced to rubble, their protective shields flickering and failing under the aliens' relentless assault. A defensive cruiser, once a symbol of human strength, explodes in a blinding flash of light. The survivors on the station are thrown into chaos, their cries of fear and desperation cutting through the radio frequencies. But their struggle is in vain, as the alien ships fire again and again, tearing through Earth's defenses. The humans retaliate with everything they have left. Energy weapons are fired from the surface, their beams streaking toward the alien ships. However, the aliens' high-tech shields absorb the energy blasts without even a scratch. A human fighter swoops in for a close-range attack, its lasers firing rapidly at the alien ship. But before it can land a hit, the alien ship retaliates, sending a plasma blast straight through the fighter's hull. The fighter erupts into a fiery explosion, its remains plummeting back toward Earth. Drake watches the battle unfold on the command center screens. His hands grip the armrests of his chair so tightly that his knuckles turn white. He's helpless, watching as his forces are obliterated one by one. He orders more reinforcements, but the situation grows worse by the minute. The human forces are quickly running out of options. Amid the chaos, one of Drake's closest friends, Lieutenant Bonner, is leading a small group of soldiers in an effort to hold off the alien forces. Bonner, a veteran of the first alien invasion, is no stranger to the horrors of war. He's fought through hell before, but this time, the battle feels different, more hopeless. As Bonner leads his squad into the fray, Drake watches the situation unfold on his screen. Bonner's squad is engaged in fierce close-quarters combat, fighting to defend a critical communications hub. The alien ships fire relentlessly from above, but Bonner and his team refuse to back down. They fight with every ounce of strength they have, but the aliens' superior weapons and technological advantage slowly chip away at them. Drake can feel his heart race as the battle intensifies. He knows Bonner's group is in the thick of it, too close to the alien ships, too exposed to their firepower. He orders a rescue team to head in, but it's too late. A massive plasma beam from one of the alien ships hits the building where Bonner's squad is positioned, causing a cataclysmic explosion. The shockwave sends Drake to the floor, and the room goes silent for a moment as everyone waits for the next orders. No, Drake mutters under his breath, his voice cracking with grief. He knows that the loss of Bonner will be a huge blow, not just to the military, but to him personally. Bonner wasn't just a soldier, he was a brother in arms. They had fought side by side in the first alien invasion and survived together. Now, Bonner is gone. The sacrifice is personal for Drake. It hits him hard. As the camera shifts to Drake's face, we see the raw emotion written across his features. He grits his teeth, feeling both the weight of responsibility and the loss of a friend. Bonner's death fuels Drake's anger, but it also sharpens his focus. He can't allow Bonner's sacrifice to be in vain. The fight is far from over. We fight harder. For Bonner. For Earth. Drake says through clenched teeth. His voice is filled with a quiet fury, a resolve stronger than ever before. He knows that the human forces may be outmatched, but they can't back down. This is the moment when humanity must fight with everything it has, to win, or die trying. The death of Lieutenant Bonner becomes a rallying cry for the humans. His legacy will not be forgotten. His name will live on in the hearts of every soldier fighting in the trenches. Bonner was the last survivor of the first alien invasion, a man who had seen Earth on the brink of destruction, and now, his death will be the reason humanity will never give up. Drake's resolve grows stronger with each passing moment. He knows the battle is far from over, and he's ready to lead his people into the fight of their lives. As the humans prepare for their next move, the camera zooms out to show the devastating scope of the battle. The sky is filled with explosions, the ground beneath them shaking with every blow. Earth's defense forces are struggling, but there is still hope, as long as Captain Drake and his soldiers are still fighting, after days of intense fighting, Earth's military is on the brink of collapse. The aliens have relentlessly attacked, their weapons devastating Earth's defenses. Humanity is close to losing everything. Captain Alex Drake watches the destruction unfold on his screens. His heart is heavy, the weight of Bonner's death still fresh, but in the midst of all the chaos, something catches his attention. Amid the burning wreckage of Earth's defense systems, Drake notices an anomaly in the data, something strange in the alien fleet's behavior. After weeks of desperate calculations and analysis, Drake uncovers a critical weakness in the alien fleet. Deep within the alien ships, there is a small, almost inconspicuous energy source that powers their cloaking devices, the technology that has made them nearly impossible to track. The cloaking system has been the aliens' biggest advantage, making their attacks unpredictable and leaving humanity vulnerable. Drake immediately begins to formulate a plan. He knows this could be their only chance to turn the tide. If humanity can disable the cloaking devices, they will be able to track the alien fleet, predict their movements, and maybe, even the odds. But getting close to this energy source means infiltrating one of the alien ships. The alien fleet is heavily guarded, and this mission is one of the most dangerous yet. But for Drake and his soldiers, the stakes have never been higher. Failure means complete annihilation. Success could turn the war in humanity's favor. "We have one shot at this," Drake tells his commanders. "We take it or we die trying." A plan is quickly devised. The infiltration mission is risky, and only a handful of soldiers will be selected. Drake volunteers himself, determined to personally lead the mission. Along with a small, elite team of soldiers, they prepare for the most dangerous task of their lives, infiltrating the alien command ship to destroy the cloaking device's energy source. To give them a fighting chance, the military has developed an AI-powered cloaking suit. The suit, still in its experimental phase, can render the wearer nearly invisible to alien sensors. It's humanity's last hope, a last-ditch effort to infiltrate the heart of the enemy fleet without being detected. The team's hearts race as they prepare to board the alien command ship, their minds focused on one goal: sabotage the energy source and bring the aliens down from the inside. Drake's team suits up, adjusting their cloaking technology, making sure everything is in place. They know that once they board the alien ship, there's no turning back. Their success or failure depends on this moment. The tension is palpable. As the cloaking devices activate, the soldiers vanish from view, becoming nothing more than shadows. They are now invisible to the alien patrols, but they know that they can't afford any mistakes. Every step must be calculated. Every move has to be perfect. One slip up, and they'll be caught, and the entire mission could fail. As the mission progresses, the soldiers board the alien ship, slipping past guards and cameras, their cloaking suits blending into the ship's surroundings. They make their way through the ship's dark corridors, their hearts pounding with anticipation. The ship is massive, its interior a labyrinth of cold metal and high-tech corridors. Alien symbols and advanced technology line the walls, an eerie reminder of how far behind humans are compared to their enemy. The team's movements are precise, stealthy, and controlled. The cloaking suit works wonders, allowing them to pass undetected through tight spaces. The closer they get to the energy source, the more dangerous it becomes. Alien patrols roam the ship, their eyes scanning every corner, every hallway. But Drake and his team manage to stay out of sight, inching closer to their target. However, the closer they get to the core of the ship, the more intense the tension becomes. Sweat drips from their brows, and their breathing becomes shallow as they move deeper into the alien vessel. Drake can feel the pressure building. This is their last chance. They can't afford to make a single mistake. If they fail here, humanity will lose the war. But then, disaster strikes. As the team rounds a corner, they nearly bump into an alien patrol. The soldiers freeze, hearts pounding in their chests. The alien soldiers, armed with energy rifles, are close, too close. The slightest movement could give them away. The tension is unbearable. Drake's instincts kick in. With a subtle gesture, he signals for the team to back away, but it's already too late. One of the soldiers accidentally knocks over a small object, sending it clattering to the floor. The alien patrol stops, their eyes narrowing as they scan the area. The soldiers know they're seconds away from being discovered. In an instant, Drake and his team spring into action. The cloaking suits may keep them hidden, but they're no match for the aliens in hand-to-hand combat. The human soldiers draw their futuristic melee weapons, sleek energy swords that hum with power. They lunge at the aliens with deadly precision, their movements swift and fluid, the energy blades cutting through alien armor like butter. The close-quarters combat is brutal. The alien soldiers are fierce and heavily armored, but Drake's team fights with everything they have. Energy swords clash with alien weapons, creating sparks that fly through the air. The humans have the advantage of surprise, but the alien soldiers quickly fight back with their own advanced tech, using energy shields and powerful melee weapons of their own. The battle is fast-paced, and the humans are forced to use every trick they know to outmaneuver the aliens. They fight with skill and agility, dodging energy blasts and striking with precision. It's a deadly dance, each movement calculated to avoid detection and defeat. But they can't afford to be caught, they must complete the mission, or the war is over for humanity. One of the soldiers, Sergeant Lopez, is hit during the fight, his cloaking suit flickering and failing as he falls to the floor. The team rallies around him, pulling him to safety. Lopez's injury is a setback, but it won't stop them. They press forward, determined to reach their objective, knowing that the success of the mission rests on their shoulders. As they move deeper into the ship, the atmosphere grows more intense. They're close now, but the aliens are getting suspicious. Drake and his team are running out of time. The energy source is just ahead, but so are the alien forces. The tension builds to a boiling point. The fate of humanity hangs in the balance, and there's no turning back. The infiltration mission, though fraught with danger, has succeeded. Drake and his team planted the virus deep within the alien command ship systems, successfully disabling their cloaking technology. But the cost was immense. The soldiers were able to escape just in time, but not all of them made it out unscathed. The tragic loss of Private Sarah, a brave young soldier, has left the team broken yet determined. Sarah's sacrifice was not in vain. During the critical moments when the team was about to be discovered, Sarah threw herself into the line of fire, holding off an entire alien patrol to give the others a chance to complete their mission. Her final moments were filled with determination and courage, ensuring the virus was delivered and the mission could continue. As she lay on the ground, the last words she spoke were simple: "Make them pay." Captain Drake feels the weight of Sarah's sacrifice more than anyone. Her death isn't just a loss to the mission, it's personal. She was someone he trusted, someone he had trained. Now, her death fuels his resolve. He calls out her name silently in his mind as he prepares for the next step. This battle, this war, it's no longer just about survival, it's about revenge, honor, and the will to never let anyone suffer like Sarah did again. Drake, standing on the command deck of his ship, looks at the holographic image of the battlefield in front of him. The stakes couldn't be higher. The alien fleet is still formidable, but humanity now has the advantage. The virus is working, the cloaking devices are offline, and the alien ships are visible, vulnerable to attack for the first time. It's time for humanity's retaliation to begin. The moment the virus takes full effect, the battlefield transforms. The sky above Earth turns into a chaotic mass of fire and light, as hundreds of human ships emerge from the shadows of the invisible cloaked fleet. The humans' orbital stations, now able to target the alien motherships, begin their coordinated attack. Beams of energy shoot into space, hitting alien ships with destructive force. The once invisible fleet is now exposed, and humanity's advanced weapons are taking full advantage of that. Explosions fill the air, the shock waves visible from orbit. Orbital bombardment rips apart the alien defense stations that had been hidden for so long. Human fighters, now visible and fully operational, dart through the sky, their energy shields flashing as they defend against the alien retaliatory fire. The battle is intense, laser beams lighting up the space around them, while human ships weave in and out of the firestorm, launching missiles and energy blasts at the alien forces. Captain Drake's fleet is a sight to behold, an army of well-coordinated fighters, moving as one, a perfect blend of strategy and raw power. As they descend toward the alien mothership, their weapons target the alien ships, tearing through shields and armor. The scene is utterly chaotic, a beautiful disaster as explosions go off in every direction. The alien ships retaliate fiercely. Energy beams fired from their advanced weaponry cut through the darkness, hitting human ships and creating massive fireballs in space. The air is filled with the sounds of distant explosions and the high-pitched whine of laser beams racing through space. Yet, despite the overwhelming odds, humanity is holding its ground. The battle reaches its peak as Captain Drake leads the charge toward the heart of the alien fleet, the massive alien mothership, still heavily guarded by its most powerful warships. Drake's ship cuts through the chaos, weaving in and out of laser fire as his crew coordinates their attack. The adrenaline is pumping through everyone's veins. They know this is their last chance. As the human fleet moves closer to the mothership, the space dogfights become fiercer. The enemy's advanced ships are fast, but the human pilots are determined, using the element of surprise and superior maneuvering to their advantage. Drake's ship rockets through space, narrowly dodging a laser blast, as he gives orders to his fleet. Focus fire on their engines, Drake orders, his voice calm and commanding, even in the chaos. He knows this is the moment that will decide the war. The human fleet does exactly as ordered, launching wave after wave of energy blasts aimed at the alien mothership's engines. Explosions erupt as the alien engines begin to fail. The ships in Drake's fleet fire off all their remaining weapons, unleashing a final assault on the alien flagship. Massive chunks of debris break off as the alien ships take hit after hit. Drake's heart races. They're getting closer. But the battle isn't over. The alien ships aren't just giving up, they're fighting back harder than ever. The retaliation from the alien mothership is like nothing the humans have seen before. It fires massive beams of concentrated energy, tearing through the fabric of space itself. Drake's ship is rocked, but his crew hold strong, their shields absorbing the worst of it. The moment of reckoning arrives. Drake orders a full-on assault, charging his ship into the heart of the alien mothership's defenses. His heart is pumping as he watches the alien shields flicker, their power starting to fail. The human fighters rallied behind him, charging into the heart of the enemy's defense. Drake knows this is it, this is their last chance. The final strike comes as the human fighters launch one last wave of energy missiles. The missiles pierce through the alien shields, hitting their target with devastating force. The alien mothership explodes in a massive ball of fire. The blast is visible even from Earth's surface, a signal that humanity has struck a critical blow. The alien fleet has suffered a severe defeat, and their leadership is shattered. But even as the aliens retreat, Captain Drake knows that this victory isn't just about military strategy. It's about the sacrifice of his men and women. It's about the courage of those like Private Sarah, who gave everything for this moment. The aliens might be retreating, but the war is far from over. There will be more battles to fight, more sacrifices to be made. But for now, humanity has won a decisive victory. The tension on board the human ships is palpable as Captain Alex Drake and his remaining team members breach the heart of the alien mothership. The air is thick with anticipation. This is the moment they've all been fighting for. The alien mothership, once an invincible fortress, is now showing signs of collapse. Explosions can be heard in the distance as parts of the massive ship begin to implode under the pressure of the assault. Time is running out, and there's no turning back. Captain Drake leads his crew through the alien corridors, their steps echoing through the steel walls. The entire crew is on high alert, knowing this is the final stage of their mission. They've made it this far, but the true test lies ahead, the final confrontation with the alien leader, Zareth. Zareth, the ruthless alien commander, has been watching from the shadows, and he's ready for the fight. He's heard of humanity's boldness and their remarkable strength, but he sees them as nothing more than pests. Zareth's voice booms over the ship's intercom, mocking the humans' efforts. "You dare challenge me," he sneers. "You, who barely survived the first invasion. You think you can defeat an empire as old as ours? Pathetic." His words strike at the heart of Captain Drake's resolve, but they also fuel it. Drake has faced loss, betrayal, and countless enemies, but his fight for humanity is personal. He's not just defending Earth, he's fighting for his fallen comrades, for every life the alien forces have taken, and for the future of his people. In the final corridors of the mothership, Drake's voice is calm, but his words are full of defiance. "We are not your prey. We are not your victims. We've fought, we've bled, and we're still here. We will not bow to you." The doors to Zareth's command room open with a hiss, revealing the alien leader standing tall at the center of a massive holographic map. He's clad in an armor that shimmers with an unnatural glow, exuding power and arrogance. Zareth's form is imposing, his alien features a blend of sleek, black scales and bright, glowing eyes. His weapons, several alien energy blades, hum menacingly as he steps forward. Drake doesn't hesitate. He charges forward, his crew close behind, their weapons aimed at the alien commander. This is the moment that will decide the fate of humanity. The final battle for Earth's survival is about to begin. The clash between Captain Drake and Zareth is more than just a fight between two individuals, it's the embodiment of the larger battle between good and evil. On one side, you have humanity, a species that has struggled for survival, lost countless lives, but always found a way to fight back. On the other side, you have Zareth and his alien empire, a cold, calculating force bent on dominating and destroying anything in its path. Zareth's alien weaponry is unlike anything Drake has ever seen. The energy blades he wields hum with a deadly power, cutting through the air with terrifying precision. The alien technology in Zareth's possession gives him a significant advantage, his armor is nearly indestructible, and his weapons are far more advanced than anything humanity has ever used. But Drake isn't intimidated. His experience, his leadership, and his human spirit are what set him apart. While Zareth relies on his technology and arrogance, Drake's strength lies in his strategy and the courage of his crew. He knows that humanity's greatest weapon is not technology, it's their will to survive and fight for what's right. As the fight begins, Zareth strikes first, swinging his energy blade in a lethal arc toward Drake. But Drake is fast, he ducks and rolls, narrowly avoiding the blow, and counters with a quick strike of his own. His weapon, though not as advanced, is sharpened by years of combat experience. The blade meets Zareth's armor with a resounding clash, but it barely leaves a mark. Zareth laughs, a low, menacing sound that echoes through the room. "Is this all you have, human? Your feeble weapons are no match for me." But Drake doesn't flinch. He circles Zareth, looking for an opening. The alien commander is strong, but his overconfidence is his weakness. Drake knows this, and he uses it to his advantage. The battle between Drake and Zareth is a spectacle of bright flashes and sparks as their weapons clash. Every strike sends ripples through the air, the sound of their swords meeting deafening in the confined space. The alien mothership's internal structure begins to groan as the pressure from the external assault continues. Bright flashes of light fill the room as they fight, illuminating the dark, metallic walls around them. As the fight intensifies, Zareth uses his alien technology to try and gain the upper hand. He activates energy shields around himself, but Drake is ready. He uses a scout drone, a small, agile piece of tech, to disable Zareth's shields. This opens up an opportunity for Drake to land a decisive blow, striking the alien commander's chest with a sharp, precise attack. The alien mothership begins to tremble, its core destabilizing from the external bombardment. The walls of the room crack and buckle, and Zaritha's expression shifts from arrogance to anger. He knows that time is running out, not just for the battle, but for his empire. As the ship begins to collapse, he becomes more desperate, attacking with savage fury. But Drake remains calm. He's been through worse. He parries another blow from Zarith and lands a punch to the alien's face, stunning him momentarily. With a final burst of energy, Drake launches himself at Zarith, pushing him against the wall with all his strength. The alien leader struggles, but it's too late. Drake has already disabled Zaritha's primary weapon. In a final act of defiance, Drake swings his blade and pierces Zaritha's armor, ending the alien commander's reign of terror. As Zarith collapses, the alien mothership begins to implode, signaling the end of the alien invasion. The final battle has been won. The human forces, though battered and broken, have emerged victorious. But the victory comes at a price. Captain Drake looks down at the alien leader, breathing heavily, his body bruised and bloodied. The war is far from over, but the fall of Zarith is a pivotal moment in the struggle. The alien empire may be vast, but humanity has proven it can stand against the odds, united in the fight for survival. As the mothership shakes and collapses around them, Drake and his crew make their escape. The human fleet, now fully mobilized, prepares for the final push to eradicate the alien threat once and for all. In the aftermath of the confrontation, Captain Drake looks out over the shattered mothership, knowing that this is just the beginning of humanity's fight for freedom. The good versus evil battle is far from over, but humanity has taken its first step toward reclaiming the galaxy. The battle has been fierce, brutal, and unrelenting, but humanity has triumphed. The alien mothership, once a symbol of terror and invincibility, now lies in ruins, destroyed by Captain Alex Drake's final, devastating blow. The explosion that followed was like a massive star collapsing in on itself, brilliant, terrifying, and final. The alien fleet, still reeling from the human counterattack, is now disoriented and in retreat. As the remnants of the mothership break apart in the void of space, human forces press the advantage. The coordinated strike, led by Drake and his team, has shattered the aliens' primary command center. Zarith, the cruel alien leader, is dead, and with his death, the morale of the alien fleet begins to crumble. Their once formidable force now looks like a pack of frightened animals, scattered across the stars, desperately trying to escape. Drake stands at the helm of his ship, staring out at the wreckage. His breath is heavy, his body exhausted, but his heart beats with a fierce pride. The humans have done it, they've defeated the impossible. Against all odds, against a technologically superior enemy, they've proven that humanity's spirit cannot be broken. As the enemy ships retreat into the distance, a wave of relief washes over the human fleet. The battle is over, but the war has left scars that will never be erased. The crew members, many of whom have lost friends and family, allow themselves a brief moment of celebration. Yet, even in this victory, there's a solemn undertone. The cost has been high, and the memories of those they've lost will remain forever etched in their minds. The mood shifts as the human fleet begins to regroup. The battle's aftermath is chaotic, with damaged ships in need of repairs and countless casualties among the ranks. Yet, amidst the wreckage, the humans stand tall. They have proven their worth. Captain Drake steps out onto the deck, his eyes scanning the stars. His face is drawn with exhaustion, but there's a certain quiet pride in his demeanor. The war has taken so much from him, his friends, his comrades, his world, but he knows that humanity's greatest strength lies not in their machines, their weapons, or their technology. It lies in their unity, their will to survive, and their deep-rooted love for each other. Drake takes a moment to reflect on the losses. The death of Lieutenant Bonner, his close friend and ally, still lingers in his heart. Private Sarah's heroic sacrifice weighs heavily on his soul. But in the midst of that sorrow, he finds strength. For every life lost, another has been saved. For every friend that fell, another one rose in defiance. He addresses the crew through the ship's loudspeakers, his voice steady but emotional. Today, we showed the galaxy what humanity is capable of. We fought as one, and we won as one. We don't have the biggest ships or the most advanced weapons, but we have something that no one else does. We have courage, we have unity, and most importantly, we have each other. This victory is not just mine, or yours, it's the victory of every person who believed that humanity could endure. The crew listens in silence, their eyes filled with both pride and grief. They've lost so much, but they've gained something far greater, a future. Humanity has earned its place in the stars. The final moments of the story offer a moment of hope and renewal. Earth, though scarred by war, begins to rebuild. The once war-torn cities are now seeing the rise of new buildings, and the skies are filled with the sounds of ships soaring through the atmosphere. Humanity, forged through fire, is beginning to emerge stronger than ever. As the camera pulls back, we see the human fleet, now a powerful and unified force, patrolling the galaxy. The stars twinkle in the distance, and the once feared alien forces now look like distant memories. Humanity's victory has sent a powerful message across the cosmos: Earth is no longer a weak and defenseless world, but a force to be reckoned with. The camera pans over the fleet, showing the sleek, powerful ships gliding through space. The humans are now ready to defend their future. Not just from the alien forces that threaten them, but from any challenge that might come their way. They have faced down extinction and survived, and now they are determined to chart their own destiny in the stars. As the final scene unfolds, we hear Captain Drake's voice once more, filled with determination. We've shown the galaxy what we're made of. This is just the beginning. Humanity will not bow. Humanity will not fall. The camera zooms out to reveal the vast expanse of space, dotted with the human fleet's ships, standing vigilant, ready for whatever lies ahead. Humanity has triumphed, not through the power of their technology, but through their unity, courage, and the strength of their spirit. The fight may be over, but the story of humanity's rise in the galaxy is just beginning.